Welcome to episode 9 of Star Trek Redemption. This is the beginning of the end, so to speak. A few more sessions, and we'll probably be bringing this one to a close. We are left off from episode 8, Forsaking Logic, where the crew of the USS Saturn visited a Class M planet in the nebula, unknown to them. Let me go over the recap. So last week on Star Trek Redemption, with salvage found to aid in the repairs of the USS Saturn, the crew must work through a long-lost remote civilization of Vulcans still in their primal state of emotions. After making contact with the Vulcan Tyrell, the crew learns of a violent civil war on the desert planet infected with Panar syndrome. Through a conversation with Tyrell, the crew learned of the only uninfected Vulcan on the planet, Tyrell's grandfather. It did not take long for a mass of Vulcans, Tyrell's enemies, to begin to close on the theoretical location of the unaffected Vulcan. It appeared they were preparing a military operation. This did provide a useful distraction as guards on the crashed ship began to join the operation and move away. An away team led by Commander Verma made their way through the mountains to find this ancient one. As the away team did so, the group of antagonists find the crew climbing and begin to shoot the exposed members of the crew. After a short firefight, the crew destroys the ladder they had just climbed, leaving no path to follow. In the mountains, the crew's search did not take long, as what they sought found them, an aging Vulcan that seemed far more serene than the rest of this planet full of hyper-aggressive Vulcans. Okay. Any questions? Some of you are starting out as the quote-unquote red shirts. So give me just 1 second. Music is too loud. Okay.
We still have a couple of red shirts with us there.
Yes.
We are the red shirts.
Yeah, 2 of you are the red shirts.
Mm-hmm.
You stand on a desert plateau in between several mountain peaks. You hear in the distance the clamoring of angry Vulcans far below, shooting their phase pistols into the air. The man, an elderly Vulcan, looks at you and says, "Live long and prosper. Come with me. We should find a suitable place to speak. My home, the caves."
Commander Verma looks at Sarok. We don't know his name is Sarok yet, or
That's
do we
correct.
know?
He has not introduced himself.
Okay, so Commander Verma looks at the aged Vulcan and he says, "Thank you." He looks to Lieutenant Cantrell. "Lieutenant Cantrell, please stand by the entrance of the cave and keep an eye on the approaching Vulcan. If they seem to have found another path to this cave, please inform me of the communicator."
She nods. "Aye, aye, Captain," and steps to the side with her plasma rifle.
If I'm not mistaken, in the last encounter, Ensign Ruman was a little hurt. Does he seem fine?
Yeah, he's okay. Him and Quick have taken a little bit of damage. Just got winged.
Okay. Commander Verma looks at Quick and Ensign Ruman. "Those don't look so bad, but keep an eye on it. If it gets worse, let me know. For now, let's proceed into the caves."
Aye, sir.
Aye, sir.
And with that, Commander Verma follows the Vulcan in.
Turns.
Pardon our intrusion. I didn't quite catch your name. My name is Commander Verma.
I am Sirach. Most call me the Ancient One.
It is a pleasure to meet you. I believe. Well, I wish we could meet under different circumstances, but it seems me and my crew have landed in the midst of an unrest, and Commander Verma kind of gives like a smile.
Yes, unrest, you could say that. It does appear that the followers that I once had have mostly turned or been killed. Panar syndrome. I wonder if you know about it.
Yes, we do. We have a Vulcan aboard our ship. Humans and Vulcans have worked close together for quite a few centuries now.
He looks at the four of you standing in the cave. I see. That is a good thing. But here, all these, and he waves towards the mouth of the cave, Vulcans have fallen to their emotions, even the best among them, as this disease has destroyed their mind.
Is there no redemption for them? Is this their fate?
Well, I know of no cure. But I have never been exposed. Do you know the history of Panar syndrome, Commander?
My understanding of Vulcan physiology and ailments is limited. I do know what my doctor has told me before, that it is contagious. The Vulcan aboard our ship could be infected if exposed, and I'm seeing the effects on your people here. Apart from that, I do not.
Well, I can give you a very brief history. You see, when we came here, Panar syndrome was only transmitted by mind melds. And that is why my father came here. Because he wanted the freedom and the expression to do such things. And we were cast out of Vulcan. You see, at this time, Panar was greatly feared. And many who performed a mind meld without the proper training contracted Panar. And so, a group of, I believe, 36 or so, came here, each with Panar. As they sired children, eventually they too contracted Panar. I am the only one that never performed a mind meld or allowed it to be performed on me. And perhaps 40 years ago, it did not matter. Panar was in the air, or our scientists said. The last scientist that we had. And here we are. But somehow I still feel fine.
I am no expert, Sirach. But if Panar can be transmitted in the fashion you're saying. Again, I do not wish to be inappropriate. Maybe there is some sort of cure. Maybe there is something that you have developed resistance to that might be able to take a look. Maybe there is a way to save your people, I do not know.
I do hope so. I do hope so indeed. My knowledge of biology is lacking, but I have long wondered if I have a natural immunity to the disease through a mutation. Perhaps. One of you is a doctor, you said?
Yes, he's aboard our starship, but he is right now looking at Tyrell.
His eyes... He raises his eyebrows. He seems to not have a great deal of emotion, definitely in comparison to everyone else, but he does slip just a bit. Oh, that is good news. I am glad that she is safe and well.
Yes, she is safe, but she is well for the time being. She too is feeling the effects of the disease.
Yes, I would expect nothing else. He looks around. Well, shall we try to go to your ship? I do know another exit from this cave that we might use. Hopefully we can avoid the mob.
Yes, please lead the way.
You begin to head into the cave, and he holds up a hand. One moment, I have some data that I should bring with me. Give me a moment. And he walks into a side cavern, leaving you guys alone to discuss anything you want with yourself for the time being, if you have anything to say.
Commander Verma looks to Lieutenant Quick and crewman Kiatrir and Rumen. We need to find an exit through the caves. Sarok will help us. I'm not sure if we can do much for these people, though.
Lieutenant Quick looks over his wound for a minute, and then back to the commander. He doesn't have the cure? Is there a cure?
I do not know. According to him, he never performed the mind bend. But he still seems resistant towards Anar, which now is definitely airborne on this planet. How he's resistant, I do not know. Maybe Dr. Kaiser could help. I will have to make a decision soon. If I do bring him on board and he is infected somehow, then we will put Lieutenant Allah at risk. But on the other hand, if he holds the cure within him, these people could be saved. After all, they are our allies, our friends, even though they do not know it yet.
Should we guard our backs as the enemy comes up behind us?
Yes, take up defensive positions and we shall retreat through the tunnel. Commander Verma hits his comm badge. Lieutenant Cantrell, we will be retreating through this tunnel. Sarok is going to guide us. Keep an eye on our location. Fall back and stay within 200 yards of us. If someone approaches, let us know and then fall back to our position.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Commander Verma then hits his comm badge again. Lieutenant Talar, expecting her to be on the bridge.
And Tala answers back. Yes, go ahead, Commander.
We have made contact with the Vulcan, Sarok. He is going to lead us through these tunnels to a different way out. How is the retrieval on the Vulcan ship going?
I am just checking, Commander. Give me one moment.
Proceed.
Commander, they are setting up for extractions at the moment.
Very well. Keep an eye on them. If they do come under attack, beam them out. I don't want any more casualties.
Commander, there are 2 inbound air vessels towards the mountains where you are located. They are getting closer. Are you close to evacuating the Vulcan? I apologize, the sensors missed them at first.
Commander Verma stands there a little confused. Air vessels?
Yes, Commander.
Very well. We will move quickly. Keep an eye on those crewmen. They do not have much protection. We at least are in the caves. Take the airships. Great deal of effort to get to us.
Of course, but they are approaching swiftly. Commander, I would suggest evacuation immediately.
Very well. And then Commander Verma hits his again, and now he starts moving. He tells Cantrell, fall back. We are exiting the caves. We are being pursued by airships. Commander Verma looks round the corner. Sarok, we need to leave now.
Sirach has 2 heavy portable computers in each hand. They're about the size of a briefcase. Why? What's happened?
There are airships inbound. Crewman, ensign, help the Vulcan with his briefcases, please.
Understood, Commander. Rumen will go to take a case.
Yes, Commander. And Chikatrier will assist as well.
Lieutenant Quick will take up point in front of them with his rifle and move as quick as possible in front of the rest of them.
You begin to move through the caves, Sirach leading the way. I would like everyone to give me a fitness security difficulty 2. You may check the pool, but I do not believe you have momentum. It's all left over from last time. I believe it's 0 momentum, 6 threat. What to say?
0 momentum, 6 threat. Okay.
You said difficulty 2?
Yes.
So, what is happening?
Well, you're just moving through the caves at this point.
Hold on. Shit. Okay. Okay, fine. I was going to try and use RP to direct people so that we do it in order if people's momentums would help us. Just keep that in mind next time, guys. So, okay.
Sorry, I meant to put 2, but I got it.
You're fine.
Nice. Security.
As they're kind of running, Tala will patch it to the commander. Commander, sensors are picking up explosives on the air vehicles.
Very well. Are our transporters operational, Lieutenant Tala?
And Tala will confirm with crewman O'Connor if they are up and running.
Yes, Lieutenant. They are up and operational. I can begin transporting anyone you want at once.
I want you to transport Lieutenant Quick, Cantrell, crewman, and ensign up immediately. And then he hits his comm badge again. Dr. Kaiser, I want you to prepare a containment unit for myself and Sarok. I'm bringing the Vulcan on board.
Understood, Commander.
Just at that time, Tala, you see the ship over the mountains open its bay doors and begin to release bombs. What do you do as O'Connor presumably begins to transport people out?
How many, crewman O'Connor, how many can you beam up aboard at once?
Four.
Mm. Please beam up exactly who Commander said. The crewman, the ensign, both lieutenants, immediately lock on to Commander Verma and the other Vulcan as soon as possible.
Alright. And then there's this massive explosion in the mountains from Tala's point of view. And I can never find the effect that I'm looking for at the time, so it's a real pain. Lieutenant Quick, you stand on the transporter pad and you see the two crewmen, Shakara and Rumen, next to you. There's no sign of Cantrell. On the ground, for Lieutenant or Commander Verma and Sirach. Verma, I want you to roll 3 challenge dice for damage.
3 challenge dice. Here we go.
Okay, go ahead and give yourself 2 stress.
Remove stress, right? Remove 2 stress. Okay, good, done.
So the cave rocks around you and debris of rock and boulders slam against you. You have a cut across your forehead. You see Sirach is in similar shape, not too badly hurt, but is knocked off his feet. Ugh.
Quick, we'll look back at the guy at the console and shout, "Beam the others now!"
She, the crewman O'Connor, she's trying. I'm sorry, Lieutenant. I can't get a lock. I can't get a lock. The debris is too much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They could be. Their communicators could be destroyed or dead. I'm sorry.
Quick hits his communicator. Commander Verma.
Verma, you hear it, but through like very garbled communications.
Commander Verma hits his communicator. Lieutenant Quick, do you hear me? Lieutenant Allah, Dr. Kaiser, anyone?
Yeah, you're barely hearing each other through. You're cutting out and in.
If possible, Tala is going to, from her end, see if she can go to, like, communications, see if she can boost maybe the signal from her end.
Sure, why don't you give me a reason. Alright, let's do daring engineering in the heat of it. Difficulty 3.
Okay, engineering and daring. Let me just make sure. trying to see if I have an applicable focus.
You got any communications systems or anything like that?
Oh, I don't. Just electroplasma power system.
No.
No.
That is good enough though.
Didn't
Why
need it.
are you rolling 3 dice though?
Oh shoot, that was me. I'm sorry. Ignore that second one. I don't know why I put 3.
Yeah.
So 2. My bad.
2. Yeah, there was literally no way you could have passed that
Yeah.
without a focus. So yeah, you're not able to get there in time, and your communication systems are so garbled, and you're just no expert with it anyway.
Commander, if you can hear us, please get outside the caves. We might be able to teleport you aboard.
How much of that do I actually hear?
You hear enough of it to get the ideal of it.
Affirmative. He looks towards Sarok. We're going to try something unconventional. Please follow me. We need to get out of the caves. They cannot get through to us through these rocks.
Where did they go? He looks confused about where everybody is.
And Commander Verma, like, he kind of... Sorry, I will explain when the time comes. For now, trust me, just follow me. And he starts, please follow me. And he starts kind of running towards the entrance of the cave.
Tala's gonna call down again to the commander. If you can hear me, they are making another pass. I am going to attempt to arm the weapons from the ship, shoot down. And that's what Tala will do right now.
Yeah, and just about that time, Lieutenant Quick walks into the bridge with Ensign Rumen and Crewman Shakur.
She looks to Quick and the other crewman and ensign. Lieutenant Quick, please get on weapons. We need to fire down at the ships down there. They are making another pass at the caves.
Yeah, Quick is in a hurry and already on his way to the tactical. He runs over to the command center and starts trying to track their movements and arm any phasers that he can.
Yeah, you're able to get to tactical immediately. Are you going to fire on these ships?
Yeah, if I can, I'll fire.
Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead and roll. So it's difficulty 3. Roll your. I guess it would be. What is it? Ghost, maybe you remember. Is it just security? Is it security? Oh, you know what? I bet it has a button. Yep, it sure does. Go ahead and click that. So click on the ship, and go ahead and click attack phaser unless you're shooting actually a torpedo. Attack phaser, and then it'll say yeah, difficulty 2, but it's really a difficulty 3. You need to roll one more die.
I can just click it again then.
Yeah. And you do have a
I do have.
focus,
Yeah.
Yeah, Quick's initial shot misses these small ships down on the planet.
Tala is going to look to Ensign Rumen. Ensign Rumen, do you have experience on sensors?
As much as anyone else, I think.
That is good enough for now. Get on sensors. Assist Lieutenant Quick in tracking down these ships.
Of course.
Where is Lieutenant Cantrell?
Yeah, she is not there.
Rumen just kind of looks around. And she wasn't with us, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Quick will say she didn't come back on the transporter.
she quickly... she's going to move away from sensors so Ruben can hop on and she hits her combat. But O'Connor,
Yes.
where is...
Yes.
Why did you not beam aboard Lieutenant Cantrell?
I've been looking. I had her signal for a moment, and then there was a blast, and the transporter lost her. I don't think it initiated the process of transporting her, so she's still down there somewhere.
How long does it take to beam people aboard and then scan for more? What is the delay time?
30 seconds?
Commander! She'll kind of switch over to Verma.
Yes.
How far are you from the entrance of the cave?
How far am I?
Sirach is... It should just be this way. 20 more meters, but it's really dark.
20 meters, roughly. We should be out soon.
Alright. Crewman O'Connor, make sure to... What is the feedback time? How long is the cooldown for the transporter?
It's ready to go now. About 30 seconds, or to a minute.
30 seconds to a minute for it to reinitialize.
Yes.
Commander, there's still approximately a minute before teleporter is ready to beam you both aboard.
Very well. We will stay just within the caves at just the entrance. Let me know when it's ready and we will step out.
Good. How many seconds do you think it would take you to run to the entrance? Approximately.
We will make it in 30 seconds, Lieutenant. Don't worry about us. Is everybody else on board?
Lieutenant Cantrell is not. They're still scanning to see if they can find her life signs.
And
What?
Another ship begins to bomb. Go ahead and give me a security fitness roll, Cypher.
Okay.
Difficulty 2. Fails.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yep. 3 more challenge dice. Okay, he takes 2 more.
4 with a effect.
Yep. Just that's just 4 stress.
Okay.
Yeah, you're rocked and you go flying against the wall and hit your head hard. You're seeing stars for several moments. And the next thing you notice, Sirach is crawling over to you, trying to pull you up. Come on! We have to hurry! And, Quicken Rumen, you can roll the sensors off the ship. And then do a... security and daring, and if you succeed against the difficulty 2, you grant Quick an extra die in attacking, like an aim.
Yes.
Alright, so you said ship sensors?
Yep. So if you click on USS Security, and there should be task sensors. If you click that, so that'll give you an extra one. That's just difficulty 1.
Okay, it's ship security.
No, it'd be your security and your daring.
My security might. Okay.
You're using the tactical and the sensors to track something to shoot, basically.
And task difficulty is 1, 2.
So for your roll, it's 3. For the ships, it's 1.
So it's 3 difficulty for me, and then 1 difficulty
Yep.
for the ship.
Mhm.
Okay.
But roll the ship first, because it'll give you
Oh.
an assist. That's okay. That's fine. Just roll the ship now.
And task sensors.
Yes. Because if you succeed, then it'll give you an extra success.
And it's asking me for ship department. That's going to be ship security for sensors.
Yep.
Okay.
So, you're not able to quite track them well enough. You can go ahead and try to shoot again there, Lieutenant Quick.
Would I know would phasers be better than torpedoes?
There's no difference. Torpedoes,
Oh.
you would never be able to hit them.
Okay.
You need a bigger target for a torpedo. So
So-
difficulty 3, you should have focus. You can use the ship's computer as well. I'm sorry, the ship's security system. Weapons. And that'd be ship security.
Security. When I click on the ship, it has attack phaser, attack torpedo.
Yep, go all the way to the right. There should be, first thing it should say, task weapons.
Okay. There we go. And ship security.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Go ahead and do attack. Well, see if I let me. I'm just gonna test something real quick. So that's actually not him rolling, right?
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
And it's not giving me any input.
Oh, it is. If you click. Okay, so if you click on your. That's weird though. Just do
You want me to click for my guy? Attack phaser?
yeah.
And then, yeah, then I can put in 2d20. It does have a focus.
No,
Were you gonna say something, Zephyr?
yeah, yeah, that's weird. The phaser array. You're right.
Yeah, it should. It should. I know what it's doing. It's defaulting to the ship, right? But if you look at like the, I think the way it's supposed to work is off. If you're doing it, it should go off your roll, right? Or your stats, I should say.
Oh,
Or should it not?
I forgot.
See, say Starship. Hold on. This attack. Choose weapon systems. Choose a target if the character is attempting a specific. Attacker attempts a control plus security task assisted by the ship's. Yeah. So security plus control is your phasers. So that's actually correct. So the attacker attempts a control plus security task assisted by the ship's weapons plus security. We did that. Energy weapons difficulty is 2. It's 3 because of damage. If specific system has been chosen, increase the yeah. So yeah, I think that's right there. I don't know why the macro is not working, but this one hit. So 3. So that just obliterates one of the ships. It just disintegrates.
Nice.
You hear the explosion overhead, Commander. And the ship, the remaining ship, does a like a defensive barrel roll, but begins to make another pass over the mountains.
Lieutenant Tala, is the transporter ready yet?
It's ready.
Colonel O'Connor.
It's ready. It's ready. It's ready.
Get to the exit of the caves. It is ready. Crewman
Commander
O'Connor,
Warner.
once they appear, I would like you to be on board immediately.
Of course.
Commander Verma takes Sarah. Yes, we should go now. And then he starts taking him and stepping out of the cave.
You rush to the cave's exit. You notice that there is not much space for you to get out. There's debris and a big rock has fallen. Sirach says,
Okay.
"Help me with this. We can try to pull it free."
And Commander Verma is going to put his back into it and try and move the help Sarah.
All right, he's going to give you an assist. Security, fitness for him. Dice pool 2. Difficulty is going to be 2. No assist from him.
Security. Fitness.
Guys cannot generate any momentum. You can give me
difficulty
threat
2?
for a momentum, though. You can do that.
Yes. It starts difficulty 2, correct?
It is. I'll
Okay,
take
yeah.
the
So I'll
threat.
give you a threat for momentum.
Mhm.
Let's see. Yes. 2d5. Starts difficulty 2.
Nice, and you got it back.
Nice. So Commander Verma sees that Sarok is struggling and he says, move aside, and he basically turns his back, kind of crouches down, and basically with his back and his quads, he just starts pushing the rock out with all his force. Initially it doesn't budge, but eventually he starts hearing like the rock grate and grind on, and it's pushed far enough where there should be enough space. Go on, don't wait up for me. And then as soon as Sarok is fought.
Yep. As soon as you clear the cave, you get that familiar feeling, and the next thing you know, you're on the transporter pad with Sirach next to you. And Tala and everyone else on the bridge, you see as the other plane turns and releases more bombs down on the mountain, just the whole thing basically collapses.
Can I try to pick up a life form reading on?
Yeah, somebody can do a sensors roll.
That would be.
But I mean, honestly, there's no way if somebody was still in that part of the mountain range that they're still alive. You can't expect. I mean, you can roll sensors if you want.
Are you meaning for Cantrell? Quick.
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I
But
mean, Rumen's on sensors, but he's not gonna know that.
Yeah, Tala will look to Ensign Lumen. Scan for signs of Lieutenant Cantrell. She again presses her comm badge to crewman O'Connor. O'Connor, once the transporters are enabled again, I would like you to extract the away team immediately. Understood?
Yes, of course.
Rumen, if you cannot find Cantrell, I would like you to monitor the mob down the planet. If they get closer to the away team before they're beamed aboard, let me know immediately.
Understood, Lieutenant. And looks back and is gonna try to see if he can pick up Cantrell's comm badge or life signs. Is that security daring again?
This would be more like I would do security reason.
Okay. Task difficulty?
2. Yeah, you scan, and you're pretty sure if there was any life signs down there, you would have picked them up.
I have no life signs for Lieutenant Cantrell. Lieutenant Tala.
And Tala will pause, putting her hands on the railing. And as she grips it, she looks up to Rumen. Thank you, Ensign. Continue to scan the mob down on the planet. She passes into Commander Verma. Commander, you are transported all right with the Elder Vulcan, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, she would have transported you directly into the quarantine. Commander Verma, sorry. I might have said the pad, but...
Yeah, okay.
Good. I have unfortunate news. Lieutenant Cantrell is, I assume, deceased.
What?
She did not come back in the first transport pass. We scanned the mountains again, and there is no sign.
Commander Verma takes a breath. Very well. I keep an eye on the away team near the Vulcan ship. I do not want to lose any more people.
Yes, Commander. We are going to beam them aboard. They are ready for extraction.
Proceed.
Aye, Commander.
Commander Verma looks around the containment unit. Lieutenant Kaiser, Doctor, this is Sarok.
And Dr. Kaiser looks at Sirach and nods. He has his containment gear on. He will go into. I prepared a room. I think I put in there
Yeah,
that they're
you
going to
did.
be in.
That's what you said.
He goes in and then closes the containment behind them. Sirach, I am Dr. Kaiser. I'm working to try to resolve the Nar syndrome dilemma that is afflicting your people on this planet.
Oh, good. It's good to see a doctor. And you kind of see that it's very, this guy seems very different from Tyrell. He seems calm. He can't see from, this containment cell, and he says, "Is my granddaughter here somewhere?"
She is in the next holding area over with her advanced stages of the illness. Didn't want to risk exposing her to our crewmen. Or you now, in fact.
I see. Let me get you over to the right screen. I see. Well, I am here to help. Whatever I can do. I did tell your commander, and he wipes a bit of blood off his temple. You see that at this point, Commander Verma and Sirach have all sorts of injuries. Nothing that you can tell from here that looks life-threatening, but they're pretty beat up. And he says, the commander, I told him about how I believe that perhaps I do not have Panar because of a genetic mutation. It is only a guess.
Yes. Well, with your consent, of course, I would like to run tests and see if I can discover the source of this immunity. We might be able to use it to solve this problem, at least long enough for us to get a more permanent solution.
Of course, any tests you wish to run, I am here to help.
Excellent. First, I think we should try to get these injuries taken care of. Let me clear you both to make sure there's not been any contamination, and then, Commander, I will make sure that you're taken care of in sickbay. And Dr. Kaiser's going to run some tests and see, because I know Sirach seems calm and not afflicted by anything, but I would try to run some tests to see if he is suffering from any illnesses, Penar included. Same thing for Verma.
Sirach has some things that probably should be treated, but that's mostly from old age. He is not showing any signs of Panar, and he has, Sirach has some deep lacerations and a concussion. Same with Commander Verma, who also has a broken forearm. But this is something that could easily be fixed just with standard medical treatment. Hypo spray could handle all the lacerations and whatnot.
Yeah, so I keep Sirach in containment, and then I would treat him myself. So, all right, I can handle these wounds on my own here. And looks over to Verma. You've got a broken forearm, Commander. I'm going to prescribe immediate medical treatment. Please go see the nurse.
As you say, Doctor. And Commander Verma looks to Sirach. Looks to the doctor. Please, see if we can do something. These people.
Commander, was anyone else injured on the away team?
Yes. Lieutenant Quick and and Ensign Ruman were injured as well, but they're on the bridge. If you could send a nurse up there. I have some unfortunate news. It seems Lieutenant Cantrell did not make it from back.
And Kaiser shakes his head. Are we certain she was lost?
It seems the case. I'm sure the bridge is trying to see if they can find her. After I'm done here, I'll make my way up the bridge. Keep you appraised. In the meantime, see what you can learn about this syndrome and this disease that's afflicting these people. If you don't do something soon, they are going to tear themselves apart.
Understood, Commander. I will do what I can. Kaiser taps his comm badge. Nurse Davidson.
Yes, Doctor?
Commander Verma is coming down for medical treatment. He has a broken forearm. Please prepare all necessary implements. And send one of the other medical staff to the bridge. There were minor injuries to both Lieutenant Quick and Ensign Ruman, please.
Okay. She looks around, being the only other medical personnel. She considers what to do. I'll contact Ensign Payne. He's a medic, I believe.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. At your earliest convenience, Nurse Davidson, if you could go to the bridge when you're finished with Commander Verma.
Of course.
Thank you. And Kaiser will go over to Sirach, and we'll do the necessary medical treatments first to take care of the immediate wounds, and then we'll begin to run the tests to try to discover the source of his immunity.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So his wounds are superficial. You're able to patch this up with a hypo spray and other tools that you have on you. Nothing that you haven't seen before. You can give me so this is an important roll, a medicine reason roll. You may give me threat, and you may use momentum, whatever you want to do.
Okay, what is the task difficulty? So
It
I
is
know.
3.
Okay. Do I have any applicable focuses?
What are you? Let me look.
I have infectious diseases. I have.
Yes, that'll do it.
Okay. And we have 1 momentum, right? So that
You
would give
do.
me an additional die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it 1 to? So
It is
if
not.
I were to get
It
threat,
is not in Trek. It is not 1-to-1.
So I would have to give you 2 threat to get 4 dice on this, basically, or how would that work exactly?
How many threat can you give me?
Because I would like to make it 4 dice if possible. I mean, 3 dice is guaranteed. I'm definitely using momentum, but if I can give you 2 threat to get the additional momentum I need to make it 4 dice, I will do so. But if I can't, then I'm just going to do 3 dice.
I'd say you can give me 2 threat for 2 dice,
Okay, so I'm going to
or another
roll.
additional die, I should say.
Yeah. So yeah, these would be 4 dice. You'd get 2 threat. I'd spend on momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Bish bosh. Okay.
Yep.
So medicine. And what is my? Would it be insight
reason or insight? You can pretty much do whichever you would like. You're calm. You're got all your tools available to you.
I'm gonna do insight. And it's 40-20.
Oh, the focus. Nice. And you get a momentum back. So I'm going to whisper you something. I'm just finishing something up real quick.
Yeah, so Kaiser's going to be looking at probably his data pad, looking through some things, and then looking through maybe an actual larger PC that he's rolled up that to synthesize data with more on site, and is looking back and forth between the two and looks over to Sirach and is going back to his notes. It is a genetic mutation. I'm trying to isolate certain variables. I may be able to synthesize a cure. Looking into some alternatives now. He's looking through, just kind of talking to Sirach offhand. And, he hits his comm badge, and Commander Verma, I have an update.
Yes, proceed.
Yes, Commander Verma. I have located the source of the anomaly within Sirach. It is a genetic mutation. I'm going to explore opportunities to turn this into a cure if I can. I will keep you posted.
Very well. Excellent work, Doctor.
Thank you, Commander, but I'm not done yet. Kaiser out.
Commander Verma looks to... he's with Payne, right? Or
You're with Nurse Davidson. She has just basically put your arm in this medical. It's basically a regenerator, and within a couple minutes, your arm is completely healed. And she nods and takes off for the bridge, leaving you in sick bay.
Commander Verma sits up on the medical bed, hands on the bed, feet dangling, shoulders hunched. All lost. He takes a deep breath, tries to calm himself, but then he looks up, gets off the bed, clicks his comm badge, and makes his way towards the bridge. Lieutenant Alar, report.
Commander, the extraction of the technology on the ship is not going as smoothly as possible. They are running into problems down on the planet.
Problems.
Yes,
Go ahead,
permission
go ahead.
to get into some sort of environmental suit and beam to the planet to assist in extraction. It is of the utmost importance. I do not know if they can accomplish this without someone with some sort of more experienced engineering background. I understand you do not want me to, but this is necessary.
Permission granted. Take Lieutenant Quick with you. I'll be up on the bridge shortly.
And she just nods to Quick. Thank you, Commander. We are on our way. And just looks to Quick. I apologize, but we must go down to the planet immediately.
He nods to her and no objection here. Maybe I should get some hyperspray for this.
Yeah, by that time, Ensign Payne comes around and with his hypo spray and gets you all fixed up.
Oh, just in time. Expect.
What'd you say? You cut out there a little bit.
Lieutenant Quake says, "Oh, just in time. Thanks, Payne."
No problem, since I'm not getting any action. And he just shakes his head and walks back over to the tactical station while you're gone. Meanwhile, give me 1 sec. That's not what I want. Un momento, por favor.
Yeah, after he says that, Lieutenant Quick just kind of has a sad look and follows Tala.
As Tala quickly hurries down the hall with Lieutenant Quick, she looks back at him. Quick, I understand the feeling of loss for Kaiser. I'm sorry.
Cantrell.
Cantrell. For Cantrell.
She was a good soldier.
That she was, and without her sacrifice today, the rest of you would probably not have made your way out of the caves. Instead of sadness, feel honor, feel vindication for what she did.
He offers a smile up to Tala and he says, "Are you trying to make me feel better, Lieutenant Tala?"
And she nods. Yes, but it is also truth.
He nods and offers a smile.
At that point, you walk past Crewman O'Connor, who you can tell has been crying, and step on the transporter pad.
Crewman O'Connor, please beam us aboard the planet towards the away team.
Yes, Lieutenant. And she pushes the knobs forward. You transport down into the ship. You see that there's 3 crewmen working on various things. They have just crap everywhere. There's panels just laying around, circuitry that's been pulled out. The most senior engineer besides, well, not even really yourself, but really the most senior engineer on the ship is Crewman Duffy, and he's pulling at some circuits, and he looks over his shoulder. Lieutenant, good to have some help.
Of course, Crewman Duffy. What seems to be the issue? You said the ship is decaying. What needs to still be done? What are you having issues with?
I can't disconnect this whole plating. He points to a certain spot in the wall. You see here, it's connected to the power systems. If I disconnect this, the whole thing's gonna blow.
Let me take a look at it. Actually, Duffy, if you would be so kind to point out the issues, we can work on this together.
Of course, Lieutenant. He steps back and lets you step in.
She steps in, starts looking at it, seeing where she can unhook it, cut it, disable kind of its connection to the power source.
So you go in there and look at it, and give me a engineering and reason roll. Difficulty 2.
Okay. Engineering and reason. And you said, what kind of system is it?
It's you could do your power systems.
Cool. And you said, sorry, test difficulty 2?
Yes.
Oh.
Momentum. Yeah, you see that you can. You need to reroute power, and you can see how to do it manually. Particularly because this is a Vulcan make, and you have seen power systems like this in the past.
She looks at it. Crewman Duffy, we need to reroute power from the auxiliary power source. Reroute it to the secondary. We can detach it afterwards.
Okay, can you show me how to do that? I'm sorry, but not used to these power systems, unfortunately.
Just assist me with this, crewman.
He nods.
Yeah, she'll start disconnecting and rerouting.
Yeah, it's going to take you a little while. As this is going on, yes, Ghost. You hear something in the distance, like a rumble.
Quick is gonna look at the scanners, see if he picks up anything, if anybody's on that.
What scanners?
Does the ship have any?
This thing is completely junked.
Oh. Is there an opening to the outside?
You gotta walk up. You can walk up the ladder, or climb up the ladder, and look outside.
So
Okay.
sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Quick's gonna do that real quick. Try to get a visual.
You walk, or you climb up the rungs and peek out, and you see like the lower halves of individuals moving in this direction.
He'll close the hatch if he can and tell the others that we've got incoming.
And as you say, we have incoming, the scene switches back to Lieutenant Kaiser.
Yeah, so Kaiser running through the computer systems, going over things, tapping kind of incessantly on the sides of the computer that he has set up in this quarantine room. Yes, this is it. This is it. And he hits his comm badge. Commander Verma, I think I have a way to solve this issue.
Yes, go ahead, Dr. Kaiser. That's good news.
Yes, sir. So, I found a way I think I can synthesize a cure. Airborne. I believe that if done correctly, we can deliver it directly into the atmosphere, maybe able to affect a large portion, if not all, the population at the same time.
Excellent, excellent. What would it take to disperse it over the population? What do you need?
He kind of scratches. Well, what do we have on ship, Ted, as far as like some kind of canisters that could deliver it, or if we have anything that's built onto the ship that could do something of this nature? Because a direct atmospheric injection is, I don't know if that's something we can do. Is it possible?
You are unaware of that. That's a little out of your specialty. But you know that probes are used for such things, but the configuration and all that's beyond your knowledge.
Kaiser's silent for a moment. That's the trouble that I'm working on. I know we can get it into the atmosphere, but I'm trying to think of how. I don't know
Dr.
much about
Kaiser,
engineering.
You proceed with synthesizing the cure. Can you give me specifics? Are there any, how do I put this? The the a- the antibodies or whatever they are they heat resistant? Are they cold resistant? Are they affected by sunlight? That would help us determine the delivery.
None of it should be too off-put by our delivery methods as long as it doesn't destroy the cure itself. Nothing too extreme, but it would have to be strong enough to go ahead and uh, obviously penetrate and enter the atmosphere and then be able to disperse among the populace. We could try to deploy it directly over top large concentrations, or just put it in the atmosphere directly and allow it to spread through the air.
Yeah, one thing you do know is it would take you a long time to synthesize enough to do like multiple direct kind of strikes, so you're going to have to try to put it as high as possible, probably for the largest spread.
We'll have to do it if we're going to make best use of our time. I know we can't spend too much time here. One good shot will have to do it and spread along as many as we possibly can.
Very well. Can you make it as an aerosol?
Absolutely.
You prepare that and let me think of something that we can deliver it to the planet.
Understood, Commander. I'll begin work and let you know when I'm finished.
Ted, I have an idea. I just want to know should I roll something before I say it?
No, go. You roll with it.
Okay. He looks towards to Lieutenant Rumen Ensign Rumen on the bridge. Ensign Rumen, do you think we can rejig a torpedo, remove the photon warhead, but have enough of an explosive in it to basically break apart upon atmosphere entry? Do you think we can do that?
Does Rumen think... or should I roll for that? Because I don't know how well Rumen knows torpedoes.
He's got
Try it.
4 security. I think he could make it educate. I think he thinks that it could be done.
Yeah, so Rumen rubs his chin and... well, Commander, I mean... I don't know of any reason why it couldn't be done. I can't think of any time in history it's been done, but I don't see why we couldn't.
All right, this is what I want you to do. I want you to head into the armor and see if you can rig up something on one of the torpedoes there. If you need my assistance, let me know.
Of course, Commander. Maybe if I could have one of the engineering staff to help pull apart the particulars, and then we can work with them and get that all set up to sit now, Commander. I think we can do that. Yes, sir.
Yes. So Commander Verma taps his comm badge. Is anyone available in engineering? I do not care for rank. I just need assistance.
Crewman O'Connor responds, I can help, Commander.
Very well. I want you to head over to the armory. Ensign Rumen will meet you there. He has instructions on what to do next.
Very well. And she steps from behind the transporter controls and walks out into the hallway and heads in that direction. And we're going to switch the scene again. So what do you guys do as you realize that you're being that people are coming?
As Tala's working, she looks over to Lieutenant Quick, patch into the commander, let him know that there are Vulcans inbound to our location. I will continue to work here as fast as possible.
He nods to her and clicks communicator. Commander, we have Vulcans inbound to our location.
How far away from them? How far away are they from?
Oh, they're sniffing at you. They're probably 10 meters away from the ship when you looked.
he'll say. They're right on top of us.
Very well. Is there a way to defend your position? Lock that engine room.
Yeah, Verma, you're here. You're kind of aware of how it's laid out, so...
Okay. I want you to lock yourselves in. Protect Lieutenant Allah and the crew. We believe we have a cure up here. I think your situation has given us a target to disperse the cure. But you need to hold out. We are preparing a delivery mechanism.
Aye, sir. And Quick will lock that hatch if he can, and then take up a defensive position.
You definitely can. It's not long after you lock the hatch that you hear more than anything else somebody trying to, it's like one of those wheels, and just thud 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 as they're trying to turn it, but it's catching on the lock, and you hear muffled talking outside.
Tala is going to attempt to hurry, try and complete this faster.
Yeah, I'm not going to go through a whole extended task, but why don't you give me another? I'll have him roll first for the assist. This is difficulty 2, engineering and daring. Dice pools 2 for him. He has no focus in this. Tough difficulty 2. So you do not get an assist from him. You can roll the same. Daring, engineering. All that is correct.
So I've also got the focus testing a theory. So if I attempt to use a task using engineering or science, may roll an additional d20 so long as I've succeeded at a previous task covering the same scientific or technological field.
Go for it.
Okay. So that's 3. And I'm going to use a momentum.
Okay.
So that 4 then?
Yes, that would be 4.
Applicable focus with the electroplasma, yeah?
Right.
Okay.
Before you roll, let me look up one thing here. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, complication. I'm gonna. Yeah. So with your you're quickly working on the plasteel, and you actually do get it unlocked, or I'm sorry, decoupled from the power systems. But as you do this, there's a spark, and like all the magnetic controls just suddenly die. And quick, you realize that the magnetic control was keeping that hatch locked, and you see the wheel on your side begin to spin as they're opening it.
Quick will ready his phaser on stun, and the moment they kind of pop in, he'll fire.
The hatch opens, you aim, and then the scene switches. I guess it's gonna be here. Give me a sec. So much switching of screens.
Dynamic camera angle.
Yeah, this game is crazy for just how, like, how everything switches around so much. That guy can go, that guy can go, that guy can go. So, Rumen gets to the armory. And O'Connor will be there too. So O'Connor is heading this way. Is there anything you want to do before then, Verma?
No. I'm just waiting for them to let me know when the delivery system is complete.
Yep. Crewman O'Connor heads in. She nods to Rumen. What can I do? What can I do?
Okay, here it is. We're going to try to go ahead and remove enough of the warhead from one of these torpedoes. And I guess we're going to set up to detonate in atmosphere, but not truly explode, kind of break apart. We're going to deliver some kind of aerosol over the plant. It's going to try to make this situation a bit better. So I need your help for some of the technical portions of it, so that I don't mess this torpedo up.
Okay. She says, are you going to disarm it first, I hope?
Absolutely. And Rumen's going to work to go ahead and take one of the torpedoes to disarm it.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a security reason to disarm. Don't roll a complication.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We have momentum in the pool?
Yeah, I think you have 3.
Okay, I think I'll use one.
Okay.
Gonna be security, probably daring.
It could
right?
be daring, yeah.
Let me see what. Yeah, daring sounds right. Let's just do daring. Let's not look at it. Don't look at it.
Don't look
What is? I'm gonna see if I have an applicable focus. I don't think so.
If you have like
I
armory
don't.
tactical systems, I'd be okay with even.
No. Test difficulty 2?
Yeah.
Huh.
You go about like pulling all the certain wires, the red wire, the yellow wire, the black wire, and you're able to finally pull it out of the actual missile and disarm it.
What is Rumen again?
He's a Boolean, Boolean, I think.
Boolean. So I don't know if Booleans sweat. But if a Boolean can look very concerned, Ensign Rumen looks very concerned because he hasn't had to disarm many torpedoes in his lifetime. He's sitting here looking his eyes are wide, and there's a bit of a shake in his hand, but he steadies it as he sees the wires. It's probably not the most impressive defusal that anyone's ever seen, but he does manage to defuse the warhead.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, that's step 1.
Connor looks. Okay, I'm glad we're still here. And she walks over to the missile and begins to, jerry-rig it appropriately. I'm going to do something a little unconventional. I'm going to do a GM roll as she works on it. Would you like her to use momentum? I'll let the captain decide.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. She finishes up and, okay, I think that'll do it.
All right, and Rumen presses his comm badge. Commander, it's Rumen.
Yes.
I think we're ready to go down here. We've got the torpedoes set up, and it's primed for delivery of that aerosol.
All right. Commander Verma clicks his comm badge. Dr. Kaiser, are you ready? Is the payload ready?
Is it ready?
Yeah, I would say so.
This is Kaiser. Yes, Commander. I think that I've got as much as I can get. It will have to do.
If you'd be so kind as to head to the armory and help Ensign Rumen to insert the payload. I have prepared a delivery system for you.
All right. I will head there presently.
You head to the armory and walk in, and these two are waiting for you. There's Crewman O'Connor has built a small, basically a something that will heat liquid, or it basically a entrapment system for the aerosol, and it will release upon when it hits the atmosphere. That's how it's designed, she explains. And as this kind of minutia is happening, the first shots are fired down below. So give me 2 seconds. Yeah, quick. You see immediately the hatch open and two rebels. They have phase pistols in the one hand and a sword in the other. What would you like to do?
I'll open fire on one of the rebels with the phaser rifle.
Okay. The phaser rifles, I don't believe, have a stun setting, by the way.
Oh, okay. It'll be my attack phaser
Okay.
pistol.
Yeah. Shoot him with the remote control.
Applicable focus.
Yes, you definitely have. I think you have phasers, right? That is a miss. I'm gonna guess you aimed, so you can re-roll one of those d20s. So just go ahead and do it again, and just do a d20 roll. You can just roll it by hand too if you want. Nope.
Jeez, can I use momentum?
No.
Now post roll.
You shoot, and for whatever reason, your phaser overheats and explodes in your hand.
Oh God.
Okay, go ahead and roll 2 challenge dice for damage against yourself.
This is familiar.
Okay,
Don't
so
have an
you only
aneurysm,
take
bro.
1 stress at least, but your phaser's completely destroyed. Tala, what would you like to do?
Tala is going to shove the panel over to crewman Duffy. She's going to say, get to the corner, get down. She'll pull out her own phaser and shoot at the rebels.
Are you going to charge, aim, anything like that?
She's going to aim.
Okay. You can re-roll a d20 for aiming.
Alright.
That's a hit. Go ahead and just click roll damage. 3. That's pretty good. Yeah, there's momentum in the pool, I believe, right? Where is that pull threat? There's 1 momentum. It's up to you what to do.
I'm wondering if I have time, seeing kind of Lieutenant Quick, his phaser overheating, if she can toss her own phaser to him.
You could do that as your maneuver, yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna look to Quick. Quick, here! And she tosses the phaser.
So you shoot you shoot him, and he's but it doesn't like drop him. And at that time, you toss your phaser over to Quick. As that happens, this guy jumps in and swings his blade at you. Tala. That is a hit and generated threat. He's gonna roll damage. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Vicious. What does vicious do? I don't remember.
Bad shit.
Yeah, I remember it being bad.
It might be 2 for effects. Let me see.
Additional damage for each effect rolled. 6 damage. That would typically knock you unconscious. You can spend a momentum to ignore a wound.
I'm going to do that, so she takes 5, yeah?
No, you still take 6.
Okay.
Basically, so when I say wound, I mean basically, I think it's called wounds or injury or something.
Injury.
Yeah, if you take 5 in one hit, you're down. So you still take 6 stress. Yeah, he comes across and slices you across the chest with a savage cut, very similar to when Spock almost cut off Kirk's nipples in that video we watched earlier.
Oh, damn it.
She stumbles back and holding her wound.
Alright, let me subtract your momentum. That puts you at 0. The other guy from above shoots down at Quick with his phase pistol. Hit. 4.
God.
I will... Yeah, I'm going to spend a threat to bump it to 5. And that will give Quick an injury, which makes him unconscious. How does that look, Lieutenant?
Lieutenant?
Oh, sorry. I was muted. Does that evasive actions do anything?
What does it say it does?
Evasive action focus.
Oh no, that's
I
for
think it was under
piloting, I think. Close
Okay.
protection. Nope. I don't see anything that you have that.
No,
Yes.
because I failed. I could have used the close protection on her. God. Alright, so he gets knocked unconscious, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, so he catches the phaser that Talas
God.
throws, hurriedly trying to spin around and blast a guy that slices and gets hit right in the side of the head from the other guy and thrown into the chair and falls down unconscious.
Lieutenant Duffy, or Crewman Duffy, is in the corner and taps his comm. We're being overrun! We're being overrun! He's to
Affirmative. Commander Verma clicks down to Ensign Ruman, Dr. Kaiser. What's the status?
And as that, you're just getting it loaded as he's asked that.
It's being loaded at this time, Commander.
Very well. Commander Verma is going to make his way towards the tactical console and starts preparing to aim the torpedo towards where the Vulcan ship had crashed.
Okay. Give me 1 sec. Alright, you walk over to the station. preparing to fire the torpedo that they've just loaded into the tube.
All right.
There is no momentum.
Give him the threat. Do it.
So one thing I want to ask is this continuing game, right? So determination spent before is not rebrought.
Oh,
Is
no,
not
go ahead.
re-
That's fine. I don't know that you used it, did you?
I don't
think so.
I'm not-
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, not for this mission. I think I used it for the one on
Yeah, because
spacewalk.
last time I don't think there was a whole bunch of rolls at all, really.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my value of indefatigable confidence. I know my plan is going to work. I know my forces are pinned down. I'm asking my an ensign to basically disarm a photon torpedo, but I know this is going to work. So I'm going to spend a determination to get a success.
Auto success. Auto
Success.
Yeah, and so this would be, do you have any focus?
Yes, so let me see.
Because that would be 2. If you
Yes, so I have, I don't know, I think firing a torpedo on the location of my people would mean composure to do it correct.
Sure. I think that's fair.
Yeah, so I start inputting the coordinates of the ship. The targeting system starts moving across the map, and eventually starts zooming in on the 6 here. Whatever little sensors are still working, I should be able to see some sort of humanoid entities walking towards that. So I'm going to basically aim for the clutch of them.
Yeah, what you see is a huge swath of Vulcans, some in armored vehicles, some on foot, heading back towards that ship. Hundreds.
Yep. So I'm going to basically aim in that general direction, right over them, but closer to the ship than that army that's approaching.
Mm-hmm.
And then hoping that the winds are basically going to spread it as much as possible.
All right. Well, you have 2 successes automatically. If you would like, you can do a tasks, weapons, and ship security first.
Okay.
Difficulty is 1 for that one.
So task security, correct? With
Yes.
so my security plus.
Well, if you want to do the ship first, so the ship would be
okay.
just so we know, right? So
Yeah.
Weapons security for that.
Okay.
Okay, no extra die to roll. So yours is going to be security control.
Security control. 2d20 applicable focus. Yes. No. Yes.
Yes.
Task difficulty is
3.
3. Here we go. Yes. No.
No.
Well, you have two automatic successes, right?
Oh yes, 2 automatic plus 1, so 3. Yes.
Determination.
Yay!
1 sec. So how does it look as you're preparing to shoot the torpedo and shooting it?
So at this point, through all events that have transpired, Commander Verma is actually alone on the bridge. Everybody else is either down on the planet or in the armory. He gets the call from Ensign Ruman saying that the torpedo is loaded. He starts typing away at the tactical console, getting everything lined up. I will not lose any more people. I will not lose this ship. I will not lose. And with that, he hits the button, and you can hear the torpedo release.
The torpedo flies towards the ship. You're watching in anticipation what's going to happen. Suddenly it detonates higher than you would have expected. Because crewman O'Connor rolled a complication. It does begin to fall, but it's going to take a little longer than you might have hoped. What's your reaction to that?
Commander Verma sighs. All right. He hits his compad and says, "Crewman O'Connor, can you make your way back to the transporter as soon as possible?"
There's a delay. I'm heading in there now, and you can tell she's kind of out of breath running.
He hits his comm badge. Lieutenant Tala, Lieutenant Quick, what's the status down there?
Commander, Quick is down. There's 2 in here at the moment. I am engaged.
Very well.
As you say that, Tala, the guy takes another swing at you. Oh man. He just begins to, he's just laying it on. I'm going to use a threat for an extra die. He misses. So how does that look as he whiffs?
Tala kind of ducks at the last moment, and it just kind of takes the hairs off of her head as she ducks down underneath the sword. And she's gonna kind of attempt for a nerf pinch, try and get this guy down.
Difficulty 1, that's a hit. So I guess you roll damage. I don't remember how this works, so you're gonna have to help me.
This one, I think I can use science.
It did. It used science. All that stuff worked.
Sweet. Okay. Let me just double check, make sure. And use science, medicine instead of. May increase damage by your science or medicine discipline instead of secure. Okay, I think that's already working though. Oh my god.
So does that mean it works on him?
Yep.
Okay, so how does
there's also weapon effects for intense.
Intense, I think that that is, what does intense do?
Attacking.
I've got it here.
Yeah, attacking
incapacitates
target.
them.
Cost to avoid injury caused by an intense weapon increased by 1 for each effect roll. I don't think she's gonna care about.
Yeah, so that would be if like I spent. So I could spend like I think I can spend threat to not take an injury just like you did earlier, right?
It would take 3 in this case. Effects.
Yep. So how does that look as you put him down with a neck pinch after he swings his sword over your head and misses?
Yeah, so she kind of ducks down, barely kind of missing the blade, and she kind of sweeps in behind, stands up, and just kind of places 3 fingers, her thumb and 2 fingers on his shoulder, and pinching down hard, and he just kind of falls to the floor. And she looks to Duffy and the crew again. They will beam you out soon. Make sure to have the technology.
Yeah, Duffy and the crew is trying to round it up as this guy, how dare you desecrate our holy shrine! And he actually shoots at Duffy with the phase pistol. I'll use a threat. That is a hit. And here comes this. He will pump it. How much threat do I have right now? One second, I just need to look at Duffy. Okay. So that's 4. He has 10 threat. I would definitely pump it 1. He shoots Duffy in the chest, and just as he's collecting the gear, he goes flying backwards into the console, unconscious. And as that shot goes over your head, the scene switches back to Verma. What would you like to do?
How far? How I guess the question is how many people are near the ship, and how far is the approaching?
There's several hundred getting close to the ship, and some are almost on the actual. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's several hundred coming, and a couple of them are right outside, getting ready to enter.
Okay. Time to try something unconventional again.
And Connor does. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. And she just gets back to the transporter.
I want you to start beaming up people from the Vulcan ship as soon as possible. I start with Lieutenant Quick. He's hurt.
She nods, and Dr. Kaiser, you hear all this on the open channel.
Yeah, Kaiser's rapidly heading down. He starts a smaller dosage of cure for the Vulcan that's on the ship with him that has it, Terrell. But he heads down. Commander Verma, I hear everything. I'm heading to the transporter room right now.
Very well.
As you say that, an unconscious Lieutenant Quick beams up to the transporter pad. Just as Dr. Kaiser is getting there, he sees him like laying there.
Yeah, Kaiser's going to quickly hit his comm badge. Nurse, start bringing over any empty beds or stretchers that we have. I fear we might have quite a few injured crewmen coming up.
Okay,
And get Payne to help you as well.
will do. She scooches off the bed, off Payne's bed, and begins to hustle their way.
Kaiser will pick up, get Quick over his shoulder. Gods, man, you're heavy. And he starts getting him over towards the door to get him over to medical, giving him something to stabilize him before he begins to move him.
Go ahead and give me a... so this is how first aid works with an injury. So another character may provide first aid. Performing first aid task as a single injured character within reach. This is a daring plus medicine task with a difficulty of 1. If successful, the injured character is stabilized and will not die at the end of the scene. The injured character will require proper treatment to recover.
How bad is a complication at this point?
Pretty bad. Healing for an injury-related complication is straightforward. It takes a control plus medicine task. That's for injury-related complications. Oh, that's something else. I mean, it's not great.
No, I gotta trust myself. So what is the roll for it?
It is daring plus medicine. Do you have like combat, any kind of focus that would work on this?
No, I don't know that it technically counts as combat because he's not in combat anymore.
That's true.
Emergency medicine.
I think that would be that would be fine. Guys, essentially dying when you.
Yeah, not great. And no momentum. Sorry, Quick. Task difficulty 1 or 2?
1.
Hey.
So you're working on him, and you're able to get him stabilized with all your tools there. And Quick, you begin to wake up. You're in an incredible amount of pain, and you're laying on the transporter pad, but you're able to wake up.
Immediately when he wakes up, he's like, ah! And he reaches for just reaches straight up into the air as if he was in the middle of doing something and shouts, "Tala!"
Calm yourself, man. Calm yourself. You're on the ship.
What happened?
You were knocked unconscious. You're badly hurt.
Is Tala okay?
I don't know.
And as you say that, the guy that just... Well, actually, what happens is behind him begin to come more people. So, spending 4 threat for a few more of these guys. Tala, you see him coming through the door.
And she yells to the other Saturn crew, "Get into cover!" And
What about the parts? And as one of them says that, one takes a shot at one of the crewmen. I'll spend a threat for an extra die. It's a hit. And he goes for the part and just gets blasted, and he gets hit right on very upper chest, and he just goes flying backwards. You're pretty sure he's dead.
again, she orders are get into cover. The technology is secondary, and she's going to kind of dive into cover herself. And I'm guessing because she threw the phaser over it quick.
It's on the
because
ground.
it's
You
still
can grab
lying
it.
there. Yeah, she's gonna kind of go into cover, and then aim up and.
Yeah, go ahead. That's a hit.
She fires and
Nails the guy. Ah! It's winged, but you're just not that great of an aim, so it doesn't hit him full center, right?
and she'll patch back in. Commander, we have 2 crewmen down.
Crewman O'Connor, what's the hold-up? Bring them up on board. At this point, Commander Verma is going to console. And he's going to power up the phaser arrays. And he's going to aim for the ground around the ship. And he's going to just basically fire.
Go ahead and give me a roll. Security control.
No control.
Just want to see if you roll a complication on this one.
Yep. Nope.
Nope. I'll give you a momentum too. So you shoot kind of in between where all these Vulcans are coming from, and it just, the ground just explodes up as dirt and rocks go flying up, almost making a temporary wall. As this happens, one of the rebels jumps down as Connor begins to transport people out. He raises his blade. He's going to swing at Tala, and then all of a sudden he gets a strange look on his face, and he hesitates just for a moment, just long enough to where Tala's body disappears, and she reappears back on the ship, as so does the rest of the crew. And as you kind of look down through the sensors, you can see that the army of these Vulcans seem to kind of be meandering suddenly. As you're all back on board the ship.
And she kind of beams aboard. She pauses and leans against the wall and holds her chest.
Crewman O'Connor, did you get everyone?
Yes. And Kaiser, one of the crewmen is dead. Duffy's still alive. You're able to stabilize him, but the nameless red shirt is dead.
And Kaiser says he's the only casualty, like the only dead.
Yeah, of that group, yes.
Yeah, so Kaiser will hit his com badge. Commander Verma, I've got several wounded, and crewman Okari is dead.
Very well. Have the wounded move to sick bay. See what you can do, Doctor.
Understood, Commander. And he will work what he can to deal with the other injured crew.
Yatsala will she'll be looking down, but she'll follow Kaiser, still holding her chest, and she'll, with her other free hand, patch into the commander. Commander, we were unable to secure any of the technology.
That's all right. Are you injured, Tala?
I am. I received a laceration to the chest.
For now, head over to sickbay. I'm not sure if the cure Dr. Kaiser implemented is working or not. It looks like it, but I can't say for sure. If it has, and the Vulcans on the planet are coming down, maybe there's a way to still salvage what we can. But for now, good work. Get some rest in sickbay and heal up.
Thank you, Commander.
Commander Verma, you get communications from Caval. Commander,
Yes.
the Vulcan Sirach wants to speak to you.
Very well. I'll be down shortly.
Affirmative.
Commander Verma at this point looks at the bridge, seeing maybe Payne sitting in the corner. He doesn't even bother saying anything to him, he just walks up. Towards the decontainment.
You get to the brig, now being used as a containment center in two of the cells. Sirach is standing there with his arms placed behind his back. Commander, I sense all is not well.
It is not. I have lost two of my people. Dr. Kaiser has prepared a cure. I don't know if it's working. The Vulcans on the planet seem a little disoriented from what I can make out sensors. Time will tell, I guess.
Well, did you get what you came for then?
Negative. My people were overrun. They barely made it out with their lives.
Then let me head down to the surface and see if I can parley with them. I only ask one thing. Keep Tyrell here and give her the antidote.
Very well, I'll have the doctor inoculate her. But the rock, I can't say for sure if the people have calmed down. Do you wish me to join you? I cannot say if you will be safe by yourself.
Commander, no offense, but that would be the same if you came down with me as well.
Very well.
Perhaps you will give me one of these. He points to your comm badge so I can contact you.
Commander Verma takes his comm badge and hands it to Sarah.
Well then, let us see what the future holds.
Very well. I shall await your response on the bridge. If I don't hear back from you, I will leave this planet. Your granddaughter will be safe with us if she is clear. That's all I can offer you at this point. There's nothing much else we have.
He nods. Very well, that is all I can ask. I do suggest looking at the records that I have been able to collect. Some of them were from my father's people. Perhaps it will give you some aid in the days to come.
Thank you.
And he nods. You can send me down now.
Very well. Follow me. I'll take you to the transporter.
You walk through the ship, catching glances from disappointed crewmen, not sure that they're going to survive this whole ordeal, as you weren't able to gain any supplies. He stands on the transporter pad and puts his hands behind his back.
Commander Verma doesn't look at crewman O'Connor, just says energize. And before he does, he lifts his fingers and spreads them. Live long and prosper, Sarah.
Live long and prosper. And he disappears.
Commander Verma turns around, nods at crewman O'Connor. You did good today, crewman. Get some rest now.
She wipes her forehead. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Commander. This is... She shakes her head. More than I bargained for. I thought we were explorers. Not warriors.
Indeed. But one cannot always control what one finds when one goes exploring into the darkness of space. But we will prevail, O'Connor. That's something our species knows how to do very well.
She smiles and nods. She begins to walk out the door, but as she does, she stops at the doorway and turns and says, Commander,
Yes.
I would have no other leader leading us out of this peril than you. I just wanted you to know that.
He nods but doesn't say anything.
She gives a slight nod and turns and walks out, trying to find her quarters to catch some sleep.
Commander Verma makes his way to the bridge and sees Ensign Payne and he says, "You're relieved, Ensign. Go get some rest.
He nods.
I wish to be left alone."
Aye, Captain. Gets up out of the chair and walks out, leaving Verma to his thoughts.
Verma looks around and looks at the viewport out into the emptiness of space. And he just stands there between the helm and navigation consoles, arms folded behind his back, feet apart, and he just continues to stare out in space.
Verma stares out into space as the rest of the crew is healing up. Dr. Kaiser has come up with a genius solution to cure Pinar. It's unknown if the Vulcans down on this planet actually are cured. For 3 hours later, there's no response from Sirach. He administers Kaiser administers the hypospray, the aerosol to Rill. But at this point she's unconscious and her fate is in the balance still. Tala and Quick have suffered injuries from their time down on the planet, just barely surviving with their lives, and at the same time getting none of what you come to this planet for. Lieutenant Cantrell, if she's alive, she'll never be seen again. But most likely her body is broken and battered under rocks and rubble on a planet far, far away from Beta Z. Her life extinguished. Another casualty among the thousands of the USS Saturn. Days later, when Lieutenant Tala is recovered from her wounds, she begins to look through the data that was given to you by Sirach. And one thing is of interest. There is a passage. There's coordinates, data of a wormhole. What the Vulcans considered a wormhole. It is not very far. Weeks at your current warp. And it is the only lead that might take you back home. And that is where the screen fades to black.